Memo, memo, where's the memo? It's over there, Mr. Wonka. Button, button, where's the button? The red button. It's over there, Mr. Wonka. Mr. Swamp Creature, it's over there. Drain the swamp. This is from nationalreview.com. Andrew C. McCarthy. Grassley-Graham memo affirms Nunes memo. Yet, the media yawns. In a word, the Grassley-Graham memo is shocking. Yet, the press, the media, the mainstream propaganda press, or as Gerald Celente likes to call them, the prostitutes, barely notices. Rest assured, if a Republican administration had used unverifiable hearsay from a patently suspect agent of the Republican presidential candidate to gull the FISA court into granting a warrant to spy on an associate of the Democratic nominee's campaign, it would be covered as the greatest political scandal in half a century. I have to agree with that wholeheartedly, for sure. You could also argue, well, anybody that's part of the club doing it to somebody that's not part of the club, and since year after year or election after election, we've always had a president part of the club, nothing to see here. Now we've got a president who's not part of the club, which, by the way, could have been a Democrat by chance. It went that way. It doesn't matter, left, right, red, blue, meaningless. This is what I said the other day. Look, you can't call the sheriff's department and make an absolutely crazy claim, and that gives them enough, probable cause to go kick someone's door down, warrantless thing. You know what I mean? You got to get a warrant. The judge is going to say, how in the hell did you get the information that you're bringing me today? You want me to sign off on this to give you a warrant? Some anonymous person called in, sir. Excuse me, Your Honor. Some anonymous person, basically. Even if the person was anonymous, because we all know who brought the whole dossier crap. Is there anything backing it? What else? What evidence did this person bring? Nothing. Hearsay. So everything in here is basically hearsay. Correct. I'll go ahead and sign off on that, right? Not a chance in hell. But again, the FISA court, who appointed, they weren't voted in, right? I mean, they weren't voted in. You and I didn't. Last time I did an election recently, I don't remember seeing anything on there. Who do you pick for the FISA court nominee? Don't remember seeing that one. Who do you think picked the judges? A previous administration with previous cronies, etc. And Obama? I wasn't in on those emails. I don't know what they're talking about. That was Clinton's thing. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, yeah, text messages and other emails now verify you did know and you were part of the email chain. Sir. Done. My kids would say, you just been wrecked. You just got wrecked, Obama. You were part of it, and yet you said you weren't. Don't know anything about that. My name's not on there. Yeah, your name wasn't on there. The pseudonym was there. Instead, it was the other way around. The Grassley-Graham memo corroborates the claims in the Nunes memo that the Obama Justice Department and FBI used anonymously sourced Clinton campaign-generated innuendo to convince the FISA court to issue surveillance warrants against Carter Page, and in doing so, they concealed the Clinton campaign's role. Though the Trump campaign cut ties with Page shortly before the first warrant was issued in October 2016, the warrant application was based on wild allegations of a corrupt conspiracy between the Trump campaign and the Kremlin. Moreover, the warrant meant the FBI could seize not only Page's forward-going communications, but any past emails and texts he may have stored, i.e., the Trump campaign communications. With its verification by the Grassley-Graham memo, the Nunes memo now has about 1,000 times more corroboration than the Steele dossier, the basis of the heinous allegations used by the Justice Department and FBI to get the FISA warrants. And again, it shouldn't just be looking at, oh, let's just look at the Justice Department and FBI, because those two could have begged and pleaded all they wanted to the FISA court, and as long as the judge says no, we got to hold the same standard for everything here. What investigation or any kind of information you have, anything? No, it's just hearsay. That's all it is. It's hearsay. I can't grant this. I'm sorry. And remember, it's not just one judge. There's up to 4 judges or so, right? And they may talk and make a decision together and all kinds of stuff. And then when it was time to renew, remember, when it was time to renew every 90 days, we got to renew either a yes or no. You can continue surveilling. It was granted each time. On the same, nothing new. No new evidence. Hey, since you've had 90 days, you guys find anything on that? It's a bunch of hearsay, and I'm really getting nervous now as a judge who just allowed this crap. Could you got anything new? No. Yeah, just hold on. We're going to print something out now for you. Guys, print out an exact duplicate copy of the former dossier crap. And I'm going to make the font a little bit bigger. I'm going to give it to the judge. Yeah, here you go, Your Honor. Here's some new stuff. Meet the new stuff, same as the old stuff. He says, we need full disclosure. The warrants, the applications, the court proceedings. No more games. Senators Chuck Grassley of Iowa and Lindsey Graham of South Carolina are senior Republicans on the Judiciary Committee, which Grassley chairs, while Graham chairs a relevant subcommittee. As we've previously detailed in a 2-part series, which he links here and here, and I'm going to link this whole article for you, they composed their memo in support of a criminal referral recommending that dossier author Christopher Steele be investigated for making false statements to the FBI, which, by the way, is a felony. Initially, the senator's memo was withheld. Then it was released with extensive redactions because its contents were, of course, largely classified, covering submissions to the FISA court, the secret tribunal established by the 1978 Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, of course. And again, I got to bring it up. Every time there's an act or new law, they give it this name that sounds good. We need that. But when you look at the finer details, it's a damn strike against you and I as Americans. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. Guys, we got to watch our enemies, foreigners. Oh, all right, sounds good. Oh, but in there, we can spy on you, and we're going to be spying on you. As a matter of fact, this has about 90% to do with spying on you. Maybe 10% spying on these people outside the country. FYI. But we're not going to put that in the bill because, it probably won't pass. And when was this done? 1978. You think this stuff just got started recently? No. Like I said, these people have been pushing this New World Order for a really, really, really long time. New World Order has been going for a long time. Let's get this federal judge put in. Let's get that guy put in. Let's get our senator over here. Let's get him in there. Next thing you know, we got all of our little pawns and chess pieces in place, and we're golden. We'll never find ourselves guilty. We've got the FBI. We've got the Justice Department. We've got the president. We've got all 3 branches covered. Supreme Court, remember that? And then this old guy Trump rolls in here. Not part of the plan. Remove that guy they put in place. Remove that guy they put in place. Remove that person over here. Get that person out of there. Whoa, what's this guy doing? We worked, 100-something years to get where we are today. Probably longer. And this guy's undoing it left and right. I said it the day that happened. Trump, remember the tweet? I'll never forget it. Oh, I just found out that I was being spied on or wiretapped. Remember that? Hey, it's how ridiculous of a comment. It's so ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous thing we've ever... I said to you then, guys, I think I've already learned. When that man opens his mouth and makes a claim, he's got some solid information. And it makes me wonder, during the process of getting these the FISA court to approve this nonsense, did some agent, FBI, Justice Department employee somewhere along the line say, guys, not even out loud, because he probably knew, I got to keep this to myself. This is so far wrong. This is so far beyond the scope of what we are legally allowed to do. I can't believe what I'm seeing here, that we're going to spy on a presidential candidate right now. And maybe that particular person leaked it to Trump. As a true patriot probably should. But following the release of the Nunes memo, the memo prepared by Republican majority staff of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, led by Representative Devin Nunes, Republican, California. Senators Grassley and Graham stepped up their admirable efforts to get more information unsealed so that the public can see it, even if the press prefers not to cover it. Go with Plan Z. Get the Democratic version of the memo. Hurry. Trump, please sign off on this. Not signing off. No, send that crap back. Oh, and by the way, here's a secondary revision of ours. Ooh, double revision. Boom. Oh, the first memo was definitely accurate. Here's some more information to prove it. And it's a lot more information. Uh-oh. Last Friday, the Nunes memo asserted that the FBI and Justice Department had significantly relied on the unverified Steele dossier to obtain FISA warrants on Page. In the week that followed, House Intelligence Committee Democrats and their media echo chamber bleated out things that had been taken out of context, with some suggesting that there was plenty of other evidence to establish probable cause that Page was acting as a Russian agent. See my column last Sunday responding to the claims by Representative Gerald Nadler here. It was even implied that Nunes and co. had deceptively reported committee testimony by the FBI's then Deputy Director, Andrew McCabe, that the Steele dossier was essential to this probable cause showing. We're not hearing much of that now, are we? No wonder. Here's the Grassley-Graham memo on the critical first FISA application, which is the basis for the warrant that was granted on October 21st, 2016. The bulk of the application consists of allegations against Page that were disclosed to the FBI by Mr. Steele and are also outlined in the Steele dossier. The application appears to contain no additional information corroborating the dossier allegations against Mr. Page, although it does cite to a news article that appears to be sourced by, appears to be sourced to Mr. Steele's dossier. And then this guy goes on to say, well, we'll come to the news article, the stupefying circular attempt to corroborate Steele with Steele. For the moment, suffice it to say that the senators have confirmed the Nunes memo's account, except with much more information than House Republicans were able to include. Information such as this. When asked at the March 2017 briefing of Judiciary Committee leaders why the FBI relied on the dossier in the FISA applications absent meaningful corroboration, and in light of the highly political motives surrounding its creation, then Director, you guessed it, James Comey, stated that the FBI included the dossier allegations about Carter Page in the FISA application because Mr. Steele himself was considered reliable due to his, past work with the Bureau. So on this score, Grassley and Graham quote directly from the warrant applications. Quote, based on Steele's previous reporting history with the FBI, where Steele provided reliable information to the FBI believes Steele's reporting to be credible. I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but I'm going to throw this out there. How much do you want to bet that his reliability of previous things was complete garbage? There's nothing, or it's so meaningless that you couldn't even kind of base anything on it. Okay? I cannot stress enough how irregular this is. It is why there is abundant reason to demand that the judge, or judges, explain his or her rationale for granting this warrant. They can't. They're not going to be able to do that. Why? Well, everybody, we're part of this thing called the club. There's this guy, Jason F4, uses that term all the time, the club. It's real. George Carlin actually coined it first. It's a big effing club and you ain't in it. And he's correct. And I'm part of that club as a judge. And these three judges next to me are part of that club. And Barack Obama was part of the club. Even President Republican George Bush and his daddy Papa Bush. And Clinton before him. And Reagan, not so much Reagan. But the ones before him, Carter, and keep going back. Right? And that's why I found this warrant easily signable. It's my job to find it signable. I've got to do it. Why? Because the club asked me to, and I'm part of the club. And the club comes first. When you swear an oath to these secret societies, you swear an oath that they come first. Any questions? Right? How do you think that would go? Nope. So what's going to happen is, if the judge or judges have to say they'll get it, believe me, they're thinking of the best way to spin this to where we were this close not to granting it, but you know, blah, 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 so we had to do it. And are you and I going to see these judges? Do we get to see their faces? Do we know who they are? Be honest with you, are there even real judges there? Is it just some freaking jabroni? Hey, you're the judge today. Come on, I'm playing judge today? Yeah, come on over. We got some FISA warrants we need you to approve. What the hell is this? And I always talk about subsection C. I always make that up when I talk about, oh, subsection C. Check this out. As I outlined at greater length last week here in section C, not subsection C, in applying for a warrant, the government must establish the reliability of the informants who witnessed the alleged facts claimed to support a probable cause finding. Steele was not one of those witnesses. He is not the source of the facts. He is a purveyor of the sources, which are who? See my sheriff's office example. Anonymous sources, Russians in this case, anonymous Russians, much of those whose alleged information is based on, again, hearsay, sometimes multiple steps removed from direct knowledge. How hard would it be? Guys, we need to grab a couple bucks. We got to pay a few people off. You're going to be the anonymous source. You guys are going to be the secondary source. You guys are going to be way down here, the original source. And just make all this crap up. And we're going to play REO Speedwagon. Go. Heard it from a friend who heard it from another friend who heard it from the original source. Trump was messing around. They say he won the election, that it couldn't happen. Anyways, Steele has not been in Russia since his cover as a British spy was blown nearly 20 years ago. So much for being a reliable source when your damn cover is blown 20 years ago. He has sources who have source. Again, heard it from a friend who... That's good enough. I'll sign up. Jay Snip here. I'm Judge Jay Snip of the FISA court today. I'll pretend to be. I'll sign off on that. Here we go. Sing the REO Speedwagon song while I sign this. He has sources who have sources who have sources, and so on. None of this information is better than third hand. Most of it is more attenuated than that. For purposes of justifying a warrant, it does not matter that in a totally unrelated investigation involving corruption at FIFA, the international soccer organization, the FBI judged that the hearsay information provided by Steele, then a British agent, checked out. In his anti-Trump research, Steele could not verify his sources. Furthermore, he was now a former foreign intelligence officer who was then working for private clients, which is the advocacy business, not the search for truth business. And there's a bit more in this article, quite a bit more. So I'll go ahead and stop here now. If you want to go read this and read everything about this that is now coming out. And this was posted actually Saturday, but it's Sunday. I'm doing it today. I'll release it tomorrow morning. Not like you need to know this immediately. Joe, what happened? No. But it just goes to show corruption everywhere. It's inside government. Donald Trump saying that freaking entire government is a swamp. It needs to be drained. Another accurate statement, exactly as he said. It's the damn truth. Take care.